cross some wires over here. Okay, so
You know what I was going to say?
go for it.
You can throw this in if you want to. I know you're not editing podcasts anymore, but the picture of Bill Murray on your wall, this drawing, if you look in the eyes and at his little smirk, it kind of looks like Mike Martinez.
It does.
So you should get like a...
It does look like Mike Martinez a little bit. I thought it looks like, you know what? If the Animaniacs drew Mike Martinez.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
I'd agree with that.
All right. Well, everyone, thanks for joining us. It's another random chat with Adam. This is not a Bordacious. This is just a random chat with Adam. If Bordacious kicks into play, we will do that. We're going to do a quick catch up with Adam. We'll check your level real quick. Would you mind just talking just for a moment?
Talking just for a moment.
Okay. All right.
Does that sound good? But if I'm going to talk more...
I feel like you're good.
Like a normal...
I feel like you're good.
Like if I was going to... But if I...
You're in control. Okay. You're in control of your mouth. I'm about to punch it, though. All right. So, how's it going, dude? How's life?
It's going pretty good. Things for me in the last 2 weeks, I have reevaluated everything.
Do explain. As I chew on ice.
Yeah. So about 2 weeks ago, a friend of mine from church let me borrow a book. It was How to Build a Pyramid Scheme. No, I'm kidding. It was a book called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. And I read it.
Are you almost done with this story?
Should I be?
I feel like you should hurry.
Oh, that's okay.
Like that?
No, I didn't. So
should I be?
I know that, and I'm looking directly into your camera now. I know that you out there, you at home,
if we use this footage,
we
suck in there.
You sitting in the office, taking a break that's not work. What's the word?
Related?
Well, sanctioned. A non-work sanctioned break on your little phone. You're in a life of hurry.
How's that? Do explain.
Well, okay. So I don't know if you're like me, but I'm always looking to the next thing. Even in the day, it's like I'm doing something and I'm looking towards the thing that is coming up later.
It's a motivator, though.
The more fun thing. Well, sure, but I'm never in the moment. I really struggle to be in the moment. I'm not sure if you're like that.
Yeah.
But studies are showing that more and more people are like this, and it's directly related to, well, first of all, the busyness of our lives.
Sure.
But also our attention spans.
Okay.
We now have the attention span that's actually lower than a goldfish's attention span, which is we have an 8-second attention span. My tension span is even shorter.
Yeah, your tension span is pretty large right now.
But goldfish's is like 9 seconds, and ours is 8 seconds. So
I feel like that just should show you how dumb goldfish are and how smart we are, though. Like dumbfish,
because we're moving on to something else.
Yeah, the goldfish are like, watch this. This is a full 9 seconds. Hold on, starting now. Okay, that was.
Was that an actual 9 seconds?
I don't know.
I kind of lost. You lost me about 8 seconds.
Exactly.
In. Mostly because I've never heard a goldfish make noises like that. Maybe a cartoon one. I don't know. But no, what I was going to say though is that I think that there's like a before and after in my life of having a smartphone.
Of course.
Before smartphone, my life, I was in the moment.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm talking for myself. I mean, you can totally negate my personal experience if you want by just going, nah.
No.
But I'll tell you right now, ever since I got a smartphone, I look back on things.
Wrong.
Stop.
Denied.
Life has been
rejected.
Life has been a blur. And they've done studies on brainwaves. I'm coming in hot on this.
Am I talking to Bobby Martinez right now? Or am I talking to Adam
Bobby
Kennedy?
right now is nodding his head and going, yes.
And checking his phone.
Now look.
Flipping his knife out.
Well, he needs to put the phone in a different room.
Anyway.
Put the phone in a different room because I would just say I would recommend this book, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, because it's done me really well. I mean, it's written by a pastor. So if you're non-religious, maybe you're not interested. But let me just tell you, I put aside time in the morning now. I get up earlier and I set aside time to read while my brain is in. See, you're checking your phone.
No, because
right
I'm about to bring something up, but
okay.
Keep going.
But usually my day goes like this. I get up in the morning, I go take a shower, I eat breakfast with my wife, and I go to work. And then I'm on my phone all day as I'm working because that my job allows me to do that. And I'm just watching videos and things like that. Or I'm listening to things.
Right.
The past 2 weeks, I've decided to set aside, get up half hour to an hour earlier. And then I will sit and I'll read a book that is like...
Sounds like you're filling your time, but okay.
No, stop.
Is it not?
No, I'm setting aside. So that's the thing. I'm setting aside deliberate time in my life to do something that is going to better me as a person. And then I'm cutting out things in my life that are taking my attention away from the things that I want to be.
Okay.
So those, I mean, and I'm giving myself grace. Obviously.
So
I'm
then
human.
when you're done reading, carving this time, what do you do next?
So then,
you sit on a couch and just stare at the wall?
No, I eat breakfast and I go to work. But I've given myself some time to let my brain sort of be away from the constant, be into a book rather than into a screen.
Here's the true
and into the scroll.
Here's the true here's the true test on this. How long is your drive to work?
20 minutes.
Do you turn the radio off?
Yes, I don't even use my radio at all.
Do you listen to anything while you go?
No.
Good. That's the true test. If you guys can do that, then Adam's practicing this right.
Thank you. And I knew you were going to say that because
I'm dead serious. You're doing it right. If you turn the radio off, you're not listening. I mean, here's the thing. First off, Adam is anti my podcast because I want you to look forward to my podcast.
That's not true.
And now you want me to turn off the radio.
The thing is, if you can set aside time for something that's important, that's the thing. I still will play video games. I still will watch movies, but I just don't digest it all the time. It's the same thing as like eating out. I used to eat out all the time.
Okay, here's the thing.
And then, or ingest or whatever.
Yeah.
But I would eat out all the time, and then it made eating out less special.
Right. So here's the first thing, and I'm going to keep that in. I'm going to leave that in. I'm not going to edit it out. Second thing is, I've already talked about this on a podcast, and it just shows you don't listen to my podcast.
Well, frankly, get some better guests.
It went from...
I listen to my own podcast.
So what I said...
I'm padding my stats.
What I said was, I think there's something to the midwinter, like you hate your life, is because football's over, and it's going to be over, and then you got your tax return, and now you're in this blah area. And so here's the thing.
Okay.
You go from a screen to a screen to a screen, and you go to bed. You wake up, you look at your cell phone, you're on a screen, then you get to your work, and the majority of adults out there they're on a computer, I would say. Always on a computer.
Sure.
And then you're moving from that out of 8 hours onto your TV screen or even your phone again, and then videos, and then you go to bed. And so you're living from screen to screen to screen, and you kind of get numb, and you kind of get dull.
Yeah.
And then also your reality isn't reality anymore.
Yeah.
You don't realize that if you just sometimes I walk 30 seconds to my work and back. And I will not look at my phone for those 30 seconds, and I will literally focus on the leaves and the trees and the branches and look out and see that we live in an actual world.
Which is, that's what people used to have.
The world.
All the time.
As their oyster.
Well,
oyster.
I don't really like oysters.
That's a Mike on the Mic reference. You're not listening to the podcast.
I knew because you had the voice.
The oyster.
I literally thought that was a mic soundboard you were just pressing.
Here's the thing. I made this up myself. I wrote a poem.
Oh, you got a poem?
I wrote a poem.
Okay.
I had to pull it up in my notes.
For those who don't know, Travis used to be a rapper extraordinaire.
That was actually on a podcast, last podcast.
Okay, not everybody listens to every one of your podcasts.
Kyle Pierce does.
Kyle Pierce.
Rachel Heater does.
KP and RH.
Mike Martinez does.
Okay, that's 3 people.
No, I got
Is that everybody?
Majority of the people listen to my podcast.
That's really cool. And
Kellen Hall does. Eric Madrid does.
I commend them for that. But now
Ashley Murphy does.
That doesn't mean that they've heard me talk about this. Gosh.
Okay,
Get off your high horse.
Here's my poem.
Have you read this poem on the podcast?
No. This is for you.
A world exclusive, everybody.
Joey listens to every podcast. Jamie listens to every podcast.
Joey did not listen to Bordacious. He didn't write on my page.
He sent you a message and he said, square up kind of thing.
He was supposed to say Regu on my Facebook page.
Yeah, he thought it was like, hey, let's fight. He was also drinking.
Joey, I love you.
Oh, I hope he listens to this. Aaron Center listens to this every single time.
That's cool. I know.
Okay.
Does he listen to every single one?
He does.
That's good for him.
He says we're third on the list. It's Dan Lebitard, Mitch, and then us.
Yeah, but you also you release what? 3
to 4 a week.
A week.
And people listen to that.
I get that. I'm not tearing you down here. I'm just saying, like, does Aaron listen to all 3 and 4 a week? Or you're third on his list. Maybe he doesn't even get to those first 2 in a week. Maybe he's too busy eating fast.
No.
And living fast and driving hard.
You listened to Aaron's today.
Living hard. Yeah.
All right. Here's my poem. I'm in a hurry to get things done.
I rush and rush.
No, shut up. No, listen, I'm reading I wrote this out
Until
myself.
life's no fun.
No, stop. Oh, I rush and rush until life is no fun. All I really got to do is
live and die.
Have you read my diary?
I'm in a hurry.
Oh my gosh.
To eat some pie.
No, that's actually good. I'm going to do that one. I'm in a hurry to eat some pie.
There you go. Yeah.
Bye.
Miss American
Pie.
Roll on highway. Roll on along. Roll on daddy till you get back home.
These are my poems. Okay. But here, seriously. And then there's one point where I was driving. I wanted to see how fast I could get.
Yeah.
0 to 60.
Yeah. In 5.2.
Does your car do the same?
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
You know what? There are people in this country who work hard every day. And not for fame and fortune do they strive. But the fruits of their labor are worth more than their pay. And it's time a few of them were recognized. Hello, Detroit.
But yes, so I think the moral of the story.
You just did the quintessential Kanye reaction, where you went from laughing or smiling to just immediate straight face.
You have to
talking.
That's because this is a serious podcast.
I'd rather hear the laugh in your voice. Not the goldfish. Just kidding.
But no, seriously. I mean, I'd say that I agree with that. I actually was telling Jamie about that as we were driving. There's times. Here's the thing. Before television, before radio, when there was just storytellers that would visit village to village, and that's all you got. Before moving pictures, before bands and music, I think that memories are like the greatest thing you can like
buy
that you can replay in your head, because I think that's what TV is. I wonder if that's what was originally intended, was that you could then, not only could you just go, that was a fun time, and I feel like that weather's hit, the weather's this reminds me of it, or the smell or whatever I'm eating is kind of reminding me of that time. And then you're like, oh, that was fun. And then you kind of like replay those moments. And then you can kind of like also reimagine those moments. Like, what if this happened instead? Like, what if we ran the ball on the 1 yard line and got it in? That would have been sweet.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But
didn't happen.
Well, I hear what you're saying. And I can relate to that. The idea of like thinking of our home videos growing up. Like I have legitimate memories without the camera. But the thing about watching those home videos is that does like give you your memories in a way that you can revisit. That it's not the same perspective, but it is similar. It kind of puts you back in that spot.
Right.
Yeah. So I can relate to that. And if we didn't have that, would our memories actually be better? Would we actually remember things more? I don't know. I wonder. I mean, there's got to be. Obviously, there's countries in the world that don't have all the technology we have, and so it'd be interesting to know how they're living and how their brains work.
How you living? Speaking of that, other countries, got listeners.
I know you got like Brazil.
I just got an update.
Spain.
Do you want it?
The United Kingdom.
While I was bored at work, I did something today that I'm like kind of like replaying in my head. That was a good idea, but when others found out about it, they almost treated it like it was a bad idea.
Was it work related?
It is work related. That's why I can't talk about it.
Oh, gotcha.
But and this isn't a joke.
Did it involve arson?
Yeah, burned the place down. And I thought to myself, that was great. And then it didn't. And then I'm like, everyone else thought it was stupid.
Everybody else, they kept egging me on.
Yeah.
And then afterwards.
Like, you won't do it. You won't do it. And then I did it. And then they all give me a look like, why'd you do that? And I'm like, you said I wouldn't do it. I had to prove it to you.
Yeah.
No, it was a conversation I had with, like, I feel comfortable with people. Mm-hmm. And so I walked in to an open door office of somebody that is pretty high up at my work. And I had missed a meeting. And they kind of gave me that inviting smile as I walked by. Like, hey.
Yeah.
You know. So I kind of, hey. So I popped in. Like, hey. How was that meeting? And good 10, 15-minute conversation. Good conversation.
Cool.
And then when some other people found out about it, they're like, dude, you can't do that. Don't do that. So, and I get it. Because you don't know what you're going to get when you get Travis Kenny on the mic.
You were on a microphone?
I was marking the Funky Bunch.
You should literally, for your podcast material, you should just wear a microphone everywhere you go. That we could actually, you could throw in some clips of this meeting you had with your boss.
I thought about it. I thought about just wearing a GoPro wherever I go, bro.
We could use a body cam on you.
A good body cam. Brazil, where you at? Sao Paulo, where you at?
What?
These are people this is where I'm getting downloads from.
Yeah, but you just like said words.
Argentina, San Luis, Argentina, where you at? I feel like New Kids on the Block.
Are you literally asking them? You could just find a map.
Quebec, Canada, where you at?
You want me to give you like a beat in the background, like a beatbox?
Western Australia, where you at? South Australia, where you at? No, New South Wales, Australia, where you at? That's good. That's a good beat. I'm doing all the weird ones though. Check this out. Listen to this one. See if this one moves you. Nairobi, Kenya, where you at?
Is that Nairobi?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm not well versed, dude. That's why I got you on here. Okay, I can't get out of this map now.
So you got a lot of countries listening to you.
All over. I've been on the North Continent. Mm-hmm. Is that a continent?
The North Continent?
I've been on the South Continent.
I've heard of these places. Yeah.
I've been in.
Was Jacqueline telling you about the globe?
Middle Earth. No, North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Australia.
That's all of them except for
Africa. I haven't been hit up on Antarctica. So if anyone out there in Antarctica, throw it in the GMs, boy.
When did you turn into Kyle Mooney?
Dude, we watched. Did you watch the Saturday Night Live skit of the Kylo Ren?
I haven't seen the new movie, so I feel like that's going to spoil it.
No, but you know that he's always after the hand of Rey.
Yeah.
You know that. I'm not going to spoil that. So what they did is they did a undercover boss.
I've seen the original undercover boss.
Because they did a second one this past weekend. And so he's coming back. He's just such a good actor. Mm-hmm. And he just comes back and he's like, hey guys, I think I don't forget what his name is. It wasn't Kylo, but it was like I don't know. I forget his name. Kellen or something like that. I don't know. But
shout out to Kellen Hall.
Kellen Hall. I already shouted him out. But we'll shout him out again. He's like in like the break room hanging out. He's like, so what does everyone think about Kylo Ren when he gives his, tries to get, or he offers his hand again to Rey? Do you think like she's going to accept? And then like one girl's like, who cares? And he gets like, zooms in on her face. I do. It just sends me over. So I told the kids anytime that we do some sort of like, I'm like, all right, hey guys, need you guys to do the dishes. And if they say like, who cares? I do. Oh, it's so freaking funny. That one's good. So we talked about I'm in a hurry to get things done. My poem.
Let me say one thing.
Yeah.
Regarding that, because I wanted to wrap that up. Just.
Could you get to it?
Just put a bow around.
Could you put a bow around it pretty fast?
Get some tape.
Could you hurry it up?
Fold in the corners.
Let's get to it.
Flip it up. Put a little tape on it.
Put a little tape. Tape it up.
I just wanted to say,
horny goat weed in it.
No. What I'm trying to do is if I feel myself hurrying, and you can do this at home, all of you, just say, slow down.
Buddy.
It's not a race, right? Slow down, idiot. Slow down, you dummy.
You dumb dummy. You're always
stop screwing things up, you moron. Nobody likes you when you act like this. You idiot.
This is what you say.
And then I just kind of hit myself a few times.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I make peace with it.
That's good.
Usually before bed, so I can cry myself to sleep.
Have you ever done like some sort of cinematic event that you actually did in your life?
You gotta tell me what a cinematic event is.
Well, what a cinematic is. What a cinematic event is if you've seen like where
cinema,
like a movie,
yeah,
like a Cinnabon. You've got when people like act. I don't know if you know this, but they pretend they're something else. But
have you seen the Ian McKellen on Extras?
Do it. Just tell I have seen it, but just tell it.
Well, he has Ricky Gervais in, and he's explaining acting because he's casting Ricky Gervais in this play that he's directing, and he's like, so when I was cast as the wizard Gandalf, Peter Jackson called me and he said, I want you to play the wizard Gandalf. And I said, now, Peter, you know I'm not actually a wizard. And he said, yes, Ian, I know you're not a wizard, but I want you to come in and pretend and act as if you are Gandalf. And it's so funny.
It is hilarious.
Because then he's like, so if you were to see a graph of my day, it would look something like this. Sir Ian, Gandalf, wizard, you shall not pass! Cut! Sir Ian. And then he's telling them...
And Ricky Gervais is just staring at him like...
He's like, yeah, of course.
I know.
Like, and you won't have the scripts on stage with you. You have to learn the lines. It's so funny. Yeah.
It is funny. That whole thing, that Extras is a jewel. But where was I going? Oh, yeah, cinema. Have you ever had those moments in your life where... Like you watched Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver, yeah.
And he's just staring at himself in the mirror and this and that. Like there's an intense...
You talking to me?
You talking to me?
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a great one. And his name's Travis, which is cool
Travis
too.
Bickle.
So, but it's like, have you ever had those intense moments in your own life where you thought to yourself afterwards, like, dude, that was like a movie?
Boy, that's a good question. I mean, I suppose so. I mean, I don't have like harrowing experiences, but I'll have moments like where I'm like brushing my teeth and I'll think like that. I've seen that in a movie.
Have you ever done something stupid?
Like said what I just said?
Yeah. Have you ever done something stupid where you're like, oh, dude, I totally would see someone do this and it's actually true.
I mean, I've like there are dramas obviously where somebody does something and it screws up the relationship with somebody else,
right,
or it creates trauma in some way. And so, yeah, I mean, and I've experienced those things. I think that's why movies are good.
Relatable.
Because they're relatable.
Or
at least good movies are usually relatable because you're like, I can see myself in this. I've hurt somebody this way, or I've been hurt like that. So yeah, I could see that.
What?
But I've also, on the flip side, before you get into your next thing.
No, I was going to tell you the same thing, but go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, well, that there are times in my life where I feel like I'm acting.
Oh, can you run me through a bit?
So I'll say... It's not a bit, but I will like literally legitimately feel like I need to express something or I need to think something through or whatever. And then I'll think, like, is that like, I don't know how to put it, but I'll just kind of like say things and then I'll think, did I actually mean what I was just saying? Or was I just saying that to like, do I have these convictions?
You're playing the game.
Yeah, exactly.
You're playing the game.
And I saw an interview with Dustin Hoffman once on like Inside the Actors Studio, and I totally felt that from him. I felt like this is a guy who's acted so much in his life that he just acts in his real life. This isn't really who he is.
So here's the thing. This is what Travis Kenny is. Everybody out there, I actually sound like it almost sounds like it's like a rap. Like this is Travis Kenny is.
Yeah.
Like an echoey. I don't know how that microphone did that, but this is who Travis Kenny is. Okay. I created this monster. Created it myself. Because I was getting rejected left and right in 5th grade.
Oh man, 5th grade.
I hated my life. I hated who I was. This is the real deal.
You really hated your life in 5th grade?
Dude, hated my life. Zach Licorno can attest to this because I would ride on the bus home with him every day and talk about how much I wanted to kill myself. Like, I'm legit, hated myself. Go home and cry.
Well, tell, why did you hate yourself?
Just because I was dumb.
What do you mean you're dumb? Like, you had bad grades?
Man, we're getting
heavy here. Like, you had bad grades? You had...
No, I didn't have bad
dumb?
grades.
Like, you couldn't... socially...
So, when you grew up in... You guys don't understand this. The friend group will definitely not understand
Nobody
this.
understands you.
Friend group will not understand this at all. The Kenny clan, the Kenny
Let
dudes...
me see if I understand this.
Have been... we come from in my mind, when I was growing up, dudes were cool. Like, the Kenny dudes were cool.
Our uncles.
Our uncles were awesome.
Yeah.
They'd get hot chicks. Right?
Sure.
I just call my aunts hot, but what I mean by that is, like, I was like, yeah, they're high caliber.
I think the Kenny guys are cool.
They played college football.
Athletic.
Yeah, they would win tournaments like football, this and that.
Mm-hmm.
They were just good dudes, and like they were like the cool '80s dudes. Even Uncle Joe was kind of like the boss. He was kind of like Bruce Springsteen. Kind of reminded me of him.
Yeah.
Uncle Rob was kind of like that cool, like, tall
Casey Kane.
No, he wasn't. He was more like he was like Howie Long. You got Uncle Don who's playing Australian football, and so like
I think it was American football in Australia.
But you wanted to play. You wanted to be the best, and I realized this the other night. I'm so glad this is coming up, guys. You guys are my therapist. I'm laying down. You get out your notepads. You get your pens out, and you start writing things down for me. But I wanted to be cool. I wanted to be the top dog. I'm watching Zach Morris. I'm watching Saved by the Bell. I'm watching every single thing. I'm relating to Urkel more than anyone else, but he eventually turns into Stefan Urkel and he becomes cool. Right. There's always that thing. And so I'm like, dude, I'm not getting that other level. I'm trying my hardest. I'm trying my best, but I'm not getting there. In fact, I asked Jamie. Jamie used to play fast pitch and softball and all this stuff when she was a teenager. I said, how often did you practice outside with your dad or mom or whoever? Never. What? No, this is my team. When's your team practice? Maybe once a week. And you guys traveled to Vegas. You guys played in national championships. You guys did all this stuff? She's like, or national tournaments. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, that's insane. I would be outside freaking shooting hoops 3 hours, hitting bank shots, hitting free throws, hitting 3-pointers. And I got to a point where I don't think I could have gotten any better. Mm-hmm. That's where the natural talent comes in. I don't have natural talent. So you see all these other people, especially the people that you idolize, these uncles and these other people in your life, and you're not going to ever get to that level.
Sure.
7th grade, by myself. Joe Megley moved on. He had left. I was by myself in middle school, already feeling weird from 5th grade and 6th grade. And now I'm like by myself. Antonio Hamilton, he comes from Little Rock, Arkansas. He's the only black kid that comes into Enumclaw. I think he had a few others, like Owen McCollum and a few others, those guys. But it was mostly just...
it was mostly whites
Antonio,
and Mexicans.
Yeah. And so I'm hanging out with him because he's an outcast too. I'm hanging out with the stoners, not because I do drugs or do anything like that. It's because they don't ever judge you. They don't care. They're walking around with purple hair and big Jinko jeans and chains and this and that. They don't care. So they're nice. They're cool. So I'm hanging out with them. I don't have to feel that pressure. And then as I get older, get into it, I create this Travis Kenny. I realize that I will never be the good looking dude. I get this. Just a second.
Okay. Yeah, I have some thoughts.
Okay. Just hold them. Everyone's jotting stuff down.
Yeah.
I will never be the Zach Morris. I won't be the hot dude.
Okay.
I'll watch Saved by the Bell and I'll see Screech get Kelly Kapowski one episode and think that's going to be me someday.
Or when Dale gets Gadget in the Chippendale Rescue Rangers episode.
Did not know that, but
I was a big fan of that one.
I'm down with that one. So anyway, I'm thinking to myself, like, I need to be funny. I don't think I'm funny though. And then all of a sudden Mark Drummond thinks I'm funny. Dude, you're hilarious. Then I'm like, okay, I guess I'm funny. Then I start working on
your humor.
My humor. I'm not shooting baskets in the backyard anymore. I'm working on my humor. And I'm missing shots left and right with my jokes. There's times where I almost cried in Miss Ferguson's class because I threw this joke out there and nobody laughed and everyone looked like I was the biggest moron.
Yeah.
Okay. And yes, I understand I probably shouldn't have flashed the group thinking it was funny. No, I'm kidding. But
I've been saying, a lot. And with that one, you just got silence from me. I didn't want to affirm that.
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying is that I created this Travis Kenny. So then people do that. They have to be who they are. Got to be funny. Got to be the guy who's funny. Got to be the funny guy of the group. Sure. I'm not going to be the athletic guy in the group.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be the good-looking guy in the group. I got to be the Jack Black. I got to be the guy.
Jack Black's pretty athletic for his size.
He is pretty darn athletic. But what I'm saying is I got to be the comedy relief. And so, luckily, your friend group didn't have any of that.
What?
Your friend? Who's the funny one in your friend group? They're all funny. Everyone's funny.
That's the thing.
But everyone's still good looking. Everyone's still athletic.
Well, let me just say,
everyone's still smart.
It depends on the mixture of guys. Like if they're all together, everybody's kind of funny together.
Everyone's really funny.
James is hilarious.
James is hilarious.
Ty is really funny.
Ty is decently funny.
Tyson's very funny.
He's more athletic. Tyson is darn funny.
So what was your question again? You were like,
so what I'm saying is, fine, everyone's funny in this group. We're just a bunch of friggin' awesome dudes that are hilarious. But what I'm saying is I created this person, and then it messed me up later on in my 30s. Do you want to wait? Why did it mess me up, Travis?
Why did it mess me up, Travis?
Say it differently.
Why did it mess you up, Travis?
You want to know why?
I can't.
I'm in a hurry to get things done. I rush.
Travis is flashing me right now.
Life is no fun. All I got to do is live and die.
But you're in a hurry and you don't know why.
Dude, you nailed it.
I think I brought this whole thing up for a reason. Did you see how quickly out of the gate I just brought up this whole thing? And now we have you pouring out your soul to all, Brazilians and Sao Paulians.
Yes. Here's the thing, though. I will be serious. It messed me up in my 30s. I'm going to be honest.
Sure.
It messed me up because I realized my identity crisis was, do people like me for me? Because if they knew the real me, maybe they wouldn't like me. But no, they don't like me. It's just like Something About Mary. One of the greatest lines ever written. Have you seen my baseball? No, it's the it's the one where he says
that one hits me hard.
Where it says you guys don't care about her, Ben Stiller at the very end of the movie. You don't love her, you love how she makes you feel.
Huh.
Right?
And then he goes
and then he
crying.
Then he walks away like does the double look, and then he walks down the street crying, just bawling. But that's me. I feel like, do people like me, or do they like how I bring fun to the table, or do they like me because I'm funny? Now, you may proceed.
Okay, so I mean that's a lot to unpack because you wouldn't let me talk at all throughout it. And that was a good 15 minutes.
You better hurry it.
So
you better rush it.
And my brain can't hold information for very long because of the attention span. Exactly. So first of all, I would say that this is something I'm learning, is that, and maybe, so first of all, I think that maybe you and I are a bit neurotic.
Yeah, I'm big time neurotic.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I don't think you are, but I am, yeah.
No, I am. I
don't.
No. you want to see who's the most neurotic?
I walked into like a huge I walked into a person at my work, a very, big, higher up.
I heard the story already.
Yeah. I don't know. And I'm like still dreading it because I'm like, that's what neurotic people do.
Oh, it depends on how you handle the situation. The thing is, though, that I think both you and I are pretty analytical people, and mostly we analyze ourselves and we analyze how we're interacting with people. And I guess that's what I mean when I was talking about
being neurotic.
Sometimes I'll think, neurotic, but also sometimes I'll think about, I feel like I'm just acting, like playing a part, like you were saying, right? It kind of segued into you talking about that. But
I'm Travis Kenny.
Right.
A figment of, I'm a fake. I'm a mask. I'm a fake Travis Kenny. You want to know who the real Travis Kenny is?
Not yet. I want to actually just continue to talk a
stay
little.
For part 2.
A little bit here. I'm a little worried to find out.
All right, that's it, everybody. I've sucked myself in gasoline.
What's happening right No. So, but the thing is that like, I think that a lot of people will find their purpose or at least will just kind of like, so there's different personality types and there's a lot of people, actually the majority of the population are people who will roll through life knowing kind of what they want. There's options in front of them, but they know who they are and they know their limitations. And there's some people who aren't that way, and some people will see all the options in front of them and will not recognize their limitations, and they think that they can go and do all these things and succeed at all these things, and they start to daydream. I'm a daydreamer. You end up daydreaming in a way that is perhaps unhealthy. So I think that 5th grade Travis was probably, maybe because of the TV shows he was watching and the people he was looking up to and how much he valued social life, which is a good thing to value, was maybe getting in his own head a little too much. And I mean, 5th grade, you're just like right on the precipice of puberty. You're starting to see changes and whatnot. So, maybe you were hormonal at that age or something. Who knows? But
I think I had my period around that time. So yeah, that makes sense.
It does make sense. Yeah. So it's not what I meant. But all I'm saying is that, like, I think that if you feel like you need to be the basketball player to be cool, or you need to be the athlete to be cool, then your definition of cool is maybe skewed. And instead you should accept for who you are, which for you, you're a social animal and you do have a good sense of humor and you are a funny person. But I do see what you're saying in terms of like kind of overemphasizing that aspect of your personality to where then you are saying almost everything that comes out of your mouth is not serious. Although right now you've been very serious.
Serious. I'm dead serious. In fact, if people think I'm joking, I'm just dead. I'm honestly serious. I've told some jokes,
you're absolutely serious. Yeah. And I've seen that as you've gotten older, you've gotten more serious.
Right.
And you've kind of chosen your jokes a little bit more. Like you curate your humor a little bit more.
Right.
But I think that fortunately, it seems like you're kind of coming out of that phase of your life, or you have come out of that phase of your life of trying to feel like you need to measure up in some way to like some definition or standard of cool that these other guys have and you don't. And I think the more you start to just kind of embrace who you are, then the more confident you become in that. And then that just shows in and then maybe you've met your standard of cool, which is this idea of maybe some more self-confidence and just kind of self-acceptance. I mean, you have to recognize your limitations. That's something that I'm learning because I get so caught up in, I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do this. But the thing is, I can only be in so many places at so many times, or I'm limited by my physical form and time limits me. And like you were saying, Jamie's a great athlete naturally, and you had to work at it a lot,
big time.
And I have a bit of artistic talent, and other people have to work at it a lot. And that doesn't mean that we can't be on the same page at some point, but you still have to like recognize what you're good at and what you're not.
So we're acting right now.
Are we?
Right now, we're going to act in this next
Oh, okay,
part.
Gotcha.
I want you to say...
That sounded like Shakespeare.
I want you to say, because this fits, I want you to say it's not your fault.
Oh, this is like...
Just say it.
Yeah, I know. This is what this is. It's not your fault.
I know.
No, it's not your fault.
I know.
It's not your fault.
I know that.
It's not your fault.
Don't you ever be Sean, not you!
It's not.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Sean.
It's not your fault.
It's not my fault. That's Good Will Hunting. Thank you.
And scene.
And scene. That's very loud in you guys' ears, probably, because that was off the charts over here.
Just compress it. It'll be fine.
I've been compressing these feelings for quite a while. But yes, thank you. No, I think you're right. I think you're right. It is something that I have to grow with.
I think it's something you already are growing in.
Yeah, I had to. And it's funny, when you get married, when you have kids, when you start realizing that old you was just old you, and you create this mask for, I don't know, what it was, 30 years? 30, 29, 28 years.
And the thing is, you mentioned earlier, and I know I'm interrupting you, but you mentioned earlier when I was like 5th grade, I was like, I'm not funny, blah, blah, blah. But we always thought you were hilarious, even before that. You were funny from like day one.
Who thought this?
Your family did?
No, they didn't.
Yeah, I always thought you were really funny. And
looking,
I learned,
smelling.
Okay, is this just you're fishing for compliments right now? Because you got me hooked.
Give me compliments. Yeah, no, I know that. I think that's why.
Aaron and Craig
Aaron
thought you were hilarious.
Worshipped me.
Jason thought you were really funny. You thought Jason was really funny. Jason is
cool.
a very funny guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like I'm not as good as I should be.
What does that mean? Good. What do you mean? Not as good as I should be.
Not as well as I should be. That's full
but
circle.
What do you mean by that?
Full circle. I am not as funny nor talented as I should be.
So but do you mean like you're not living to your potential, or are you saying that there's some standard above you that you can't reach?
I can't reach most standards.
So maybe your standards are too high.
I think the standard is the standard.
But what is this? Who sets the standard? Your own mind sets the standard.
I think that
like you can't say, "Oh, I should be as funny as."
I think stats set the standard.
Have you been on Wikipedia lately? Wikipedia will warp your mind.
According to MikeMartinez.com, I need to base my life around stats. And let me tell you this, my stats suck. So my opinion is... No, I'm kidding. No, listen, I know I'm funny. I know that. I get that. But I feel like I could be better.
So we just wasted the last 20 minutes talking about this?
No, I was trying to make the whole joke a Russian.
Oh, it was all a big joke. You got from 0 to 60 in like 5.1 hours.
5.2. Yeah, no, it was good. Maybe next episode we'll unpack you. Let's.
I don't think so.
You're a wall.
I'm. If you're gonna unpack me, I'm the bare essentials: toothpaste, deodorant, toothbrush, underwear, socks, shirt, pants.
That's everything.
You all I need. It's all
the bare necessities.
It's all in a plastic Safeway bag too. I don't even need luggage.
Wow.
I know exactly which one's mine coming off that luggage carousel.
This is my.
That's my Safeway bag.
Oh, this is my carry-on. Sir, you can't bring.
You don't need to check that, sir. No, I insist.
No, I insist. Big proponent of TSA. Let's just say, love you guys. I used plastic rather than paper, so you could see deeper into that. Anyways, so Adam, thank you for sharing your thoughts. We got a few more minutes. And then we're gonna wrap it up. But and maybe we'll just we might just jump in the next episode. But
sure.
Any update on your art life?
Yeah. So I bought a printer a few years ago.
3D?
No, not a 3D printer. I don't really do 3D modeling. I did in my schooling, but no, it's just it's like a 5-color plus black printer. So it has light cyan and light magenta, light magenta. Anyways, it's a decent printer. It prints 13 by 19. Anyways, I bought it a few years ago, but I've never been able to get like the right paper that I wanted.
Like a thicker paper or a thinner paper?
Like a thicker paper with kind of a almost like a good textured finish that's also nice and bright so that the colors show really well on it until recently. And so I just did some prints. I posted them on Facebook, and this is kind of my latest push is to create these prints. I'm also painting more. Are
you selling? Are they starting to sell?
I've been selling.
I feel like they have.
Yeah, I have.
Like you've been taking off a little bit.
I've sold a few. Last year I had my best year with Adam Kenny Art, and I'm still taking commissions. I'm working on a commission right now. I just did a commission like a month ago.
Are you open to all sort of things? Like, let's say someone said, "Hey, I want you to illustrate a book." Are you interested in illustrating books? Like, what are you looking at for art-wise?
Less so illustrating books. Mostly, that sort of thing would depend upon the pay. But I'm less of an illustrator, more of a fine artist, and I'm trying to specialize in landscape work. I did 2 abstracts last year, two big abstract works. That they turned out fine. One was based on an already done abstract design, and one was from my own mind. Those were okay. They were kind of enjoyable, but I like just doing the landscape paintings, and I would do portraits as well, but the illustrations I'm not so much.
Not into that. So if we did a full buddy cast, me, George Costanza on a couch, could you paint that? And we could sell those prints for $5,000 a piece.
Yeah, I would. You'd probably be better off just taking a photo.
I want it painted. Or
the Kramer.
The Kramer or Titanic.
Then I would have to draw you.
I'm a never nude. I'd be in my never nude outfit. So
I think that would work better as a
with
photo.
a picture.
Yeah.
That's true.
So yeah, Adam Kenny Art's doing good.
Where can we find you? What's your
Sure. So
handles?
You can go, like, if you're interested in my prints, just go check out, or like just to see what art I'm doing, go check out adamkennyart.com. Kenny has an E before the Y. And it is, all my art is up there. I'm constantly revamping my website. So there's things.
So how often is it updated then? Would you say?
Like I update it maybe. Well, okay. Every time I have a new thing available, I will update it. So that's maybe once every couple months, and then I kind of revamp the website once a year or so. It needs some upkeep right now, but yeah, I'm doing that. I'm looking at art fairs and farmers markets. I might even be up here in Enumclaw doing some street fair type stuff later this year.
Please do that.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. And I'm
dude,
potentially what were you going to say?
Oh, could you do that though? I went to the street fair and King County Fair this year, and there's some pretty cool stuff, but there's a couple artists I'm like, dude, my brother would blow these dorks out of the water. Like you're Cam Chancellor and they're Vernon Davis and they're like catching a ball and you're just
was this just a way to get a Niners and
just
Seahawks
smashed him into the freaking into the tomorrow.
Yeah.
But anyway,
but
please do that. Are you gonna do that?
Well, yeah. I'm
say yes.
Well, I'm not sure about the King County Fair, but yes, I am going to be doing street fairs and art fairs.
Enumclaw Street Fair.
I have to look into that one.
The July one.
I have to look into like what the costs are. Yes, but I also have to. Yes, okay, I'll do it. Yes, you can see me there. I don't know why you're so upset about this.
Because
you're
I want
throwing
people,
your hands up.
I want people to visit you, man. I think you got good stuff.
Thank you. And so, anyways, yes. So I would agree that I've been to a lot of these fairs and I see people's artwork and there's a lot of good stuff and there's some that I'm like I could definitely
easily
compete with this person.
Yeah, and I'm nothing against.
Not that it's a competition.
Yeah,
but
nothing against them, but I mean that should just give you like.
Yeah, it should give me license to do something like that. And
right.
Some of it is financial. I mean, there is like putting aside the money to do it.
But you could also make it back.
Absolutely. So it's an initial investment that would make it back. I agree.
Okay, so
let me also say with Adam Kenny Art, one other thing I'm doing is I should be. This is just on a personal note.
I feel like you're hurrying this.
Well, I'm just because there's a time limit.
I want to be in the moment.
Okay.
Everyone's gonna take a deep breath. Everyone take a deep breath. Not a sigh. But a deep breath.
Sorry, I don't know the difference.
Okay, go ahead.
So one of the things that I'm doing is I'm pursuing I have my master's degree in art. And one thing that lets me do is if I was able to, I could teach at a professor level in a college because it's a terminal degree. That's the highest degree you can have in art.
That sounds terrible. Are you going to be able to...
I'm a little worried, but we'll see how it turns out.
That sounds horrible.
It basically means that I can travel through time.
Oh.
And I can shoot a shotgun really well.
I thought you were dead.
No.
At the end of the semester. No. It's a terminal disease.
I knew where you were going. I went in a different direction.
I like it. Way to rush there.
Thank you. But so one thing I'm doing is I'm pursuing this professor thing. And so I am I have some inroads at my alma mater. Is that how that works? Seattle Pacific University.
When I said it slow down,
I have some professors there who I've been talking to.
I didn't mean to.
And I'm excited to continue to pursue that.
Go.
I may be visiting a class soon to speak about painting. I did a seminar at SPU a couple years ago. That was pretty fun. So that's the art side of things. Yes, I am enjoying it. I like talking about art. I like formulating my own style and like what my thoughts are on all the whole thing.
Well, that's good, Adam. And I want people to visit you.
And I think it's cool.
At Adam Kenny Art.
AdamKennyArt.com. You can also find me on Instagram at Adam Kenny.
Are you on Twitter?
Art, I should say. I might be on Twitter, but I don't use it.
Are you on Facebook, Adam Kenny?
Yeah, there is a Facebook at Adam Kenny Art.
Is there anything else that you could be found anywhere else? Anywhere?
I have a Patreon.
Yeah, how's that going? I subscribe to that.
That's going well.
Guys, go to that. Listen, can I interrupt?
Yeah.
Okay. Patreon people, listen, it's $1, it's $3, it's a $5 tier, it's a $10 tier, it's you name it. But please, if like I don't do a full buddy cast Patreon because I feel like this is just fun, this is a hobby, this is fun for me.
But art is not fun for me.
But Adam hates it.
I need to make money.
It's torture. But seriously, $1 a month. Go to Patreon. What's your
.com/AdamKennyArt.
/AdamKennyArt.
Although I might have changed it to Happy Little Trees because I was trying to do that whole thing for a little while.
check them both out. Okay. Happy Little Trees or Adam Kenny art. But do your best. It's just $1. And then you get to, what do you get at the dollar level? Real quick.
I'm not sure.
Hurry this.
$1, you're just supporting me. Thank you very much.
$3 is.
Then you get access to some exclusive blogs on my Patreon.
$5 is.
Who knows?
$10 is.
There's so much good stuff.
There's so many things that you could be doing right now with your money. Do this instead.
This is one of the things this is one of the reasons why I want to slow down, is because I've been trying to do too much. And what I'm trying to do is take stock of what I have.
Have you been working?
Right now I have a Patreon, and I've been ignoring it because I've been pursuing all these other things.
Have you been working the agile method that I've been telling you?
I have. And so I was trying to bite off more than I could chew with that. And so now it's at this point where I was starting to kind of feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And now it's just stripping things away.
Yeah, that's what Agile does. It says, whoa, I took way too much on that 2-week iteration or 2-month iteration. Now now I know what to do going forward. I can't do this, this, and this. And you peel it off the board.
Exactly.
That's good. All right, everyone, thanks for listening. It's a random chats with Adam. We're just randomly talking about stuff. We love talking to each other. We're brothers from the same mother. And
word.
And please go check out Adam's stuff. Thank you very much for listening, and have a great week. And Adam better listen to all my other episodes.
Don't bet on it.